Even though it's winter time, we took advantage of a couple of warm days and went and got some free wood chips. We spotted a pile that was mostly pine and decided to put some of those around the outer edge of our garden. Filling a pickup with wood chips using shovels sounds like a lot of work, but with two of us shoveling, it really does go fairly quickly. And in no time at all, we had a pickup load and we're ready to go back home. One thing that I miss about having a garden is having fresh herbs to cook with. I decided to grow some indoors, and for that I decided to use a 5-gallon container that I grew peppers in last year, some potting mix to fill it mostly, and then top it off with a little seed starting mix. Once I had all of the seeds planted, then I just gently tapped down the soil. Then I wet down the seed starting mix and keep it moist till they sprout. After about a week, I decided to go outside and get some mint and add it to the pot. Since I planted the seeds around the outer edge of the pot, I decided to put the mint cuttings in the middle. Once I had them in the pot, I decided to trim them back to almost nothing. In late January, I noticed some daffodil leaves starting to stick up a little bit. So I thought it might be interesting to try to get some to bloom early indoors, since I've never tried that before. I dug up a few with my garden trowel, and then I settled on several of the largest ones. We had a vase with a narrow top, so I thought that would be perfect for this project. I tied them together with a large rubber band so they wouldn't fall over. Then I put them under our lights with our one-pot herb garden. I planted some pepper seeds on the 23rd of January, and here's a look at them a couple of weeks later. I went a little pepper crazy this year, and I've planted over 20 varieties. These are just the first ones to sprout. I also planted some eggplant seeds, and some of those have come up, along with some butterfly weed. Once I have a few more pepper seedlings sprouted, I'll do a video and make a list of the ones that I have planted so far. When I get that video done, I'll give credit to a couple of people who I got seeds from. I'll be growing Carolina Reaper this year, and I got those seeds from UT, Angel, and Kiddo. I'll put a link to their channel down in the description box so you can check them out. I also saw UT and Angel using those handy little 6-pack seed starting trays. I thought those were kind of cool. Some of you might remember the hollow log that I planted a petunia in last year. Worked out pretty well. For those of you who haven't seen the video, I'll put a link at the end of this one so you can check it out if you want. Since it did work so well when I spotted this hollow limb, I decided to throw it in the pickup and bring it home. It was pretty long and heavy, so I decided to just cut it in two. So we ended up with 2 hollow containers instead of just one, and one of them was pretty uniquely shaped. This hunk of wood was flat on one side, so I thought it might make a good flower container. I just trimmed the ends off, then I made one side flat for the top. I'm not sure how well these will work out, but we'll find out in a few months. After a couple of weeks, all of the herb seeds came up and the mint is already starting to grow. I thinned out most of the seedlings, and I'll end up with 1 or 2 of each variety. Since it'll be a couple of months before we can plant anything outside, I'm hoping these will get us by until we can start harvesting out there. Well, that's about all we have for now. Here's a quick look at the daffodil bulbs after a couple of weeks. And if you're just now finding this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Otherwise, like, comment, and share. We'll see you next time.